In the last couple of weeks, you have probably heard me use the term management by optics, and I've used this term to refer to the handling of coronavirus by Donald Trump and the administration. And I've also applied it to Mike Pence and Donald Trump's non-use of masks during recent public appearances. And there's now a new report from the Associated Press, excellent article, which says that indeed, according to people close to Trump, not authorized to speak about this, Trump is refusing to wear a mask in public because, number one, he believes he would look ridiculous wearing one. And number two, and this is the more interesting piece, he believes it'll hurt his chances at being reelected because of the message that wearing a mask would send. And we'll get to that report in a second. So one example of management by optics is the case numbers and the death numbers are a disaster. We've been in these sort of rolling patchworks of stay-at-home orders now for close to 2 months, and the numbers are terrible. Every day we're finding around 25,000 new cases of coronavirus, despite testing not having increased that dramatically or much at all over the last half month or so. We had spikes once again this week to 2,500 deaths on multiple days during the week. So the way that Trump is managing by optics is simply not talking about deaths and cases. Manage the optics, which are say that we won. Talk about these heroic warriors, which are the Americans Trump is talking about. Talk about how we are now getting to reopen the economy, and 30 states or whatever the number they claim is are starting to reopen their state economies. Mike Pence didn't wear a mask when he went to the Mayo Clinic recently, and he was excoriated for it, ended up wearing a mask on his next visit out. But again, it's the optics of, if you say things are going really well, if you say we're past the peak, if you say we've won, if you say we are now in the recovery mode, you certainly can't be seen wearing a mask for the first time in public. That would imply things are not as good as you claim they are. So that gets us to Donald Trump. Earlier this week, Donald Trump flew out to Arizona. We covered it, covered some of his live events there. He went literally to a mask factory, a factory, repurposed facility of Honeywell, where they are making masks. And they have right on the wall on a TV, it says mandatory masks, keep a mask on at all times. Trump didn't wear a mask. And once again, we suspected, based on what we know about Trump, that this is more management by optics. Trump wearing a mask when he says we've basically won, we're past it, we're reopening, it's all great. He succeeded at keeping the death toll well below 2 million. It doesn't send the right signal. And indeed, that's exactly what the new report says. Trump believes that if he was seen wearing a mask, it would hurt his chances of reelection. It would make him look ridiculous. Trump has said to advisors that wearing a mask would, quote, send the wrong message, and it would make him seem preoccupied with health. For me, it would be good. I would love to see Trump preoccupied with health. That's the problem. The problem is he seems not to care about health. Trump also has told confidants, according to the same Associated Press report, that he fears he would look ridiculous in a mask and that the image of him wearing a mask would be used in negative ads against him. Understand the insanity of that. The mask has become a proxy political statement at this point in time. If you wear a mask, it means you believe this is serious, you believe things are bad, you believe people should be scared. Not wearing a mask means you don't trust these hoaxer governors, or everything's fine, or the economy will soon be open, and people will soon or have already stopped dying from coronavirus. It's now a political statement, something that is just supposed to be a matter of science. It's just supposed to be a matter of health. The masks are worn for very empirical, demonstrable reasons. Now they have become political calculations. And I hate to tell you, maybe Trump is making the right calculation for his followers. Seeing Trump wear a mask to somebody like me would say, Trump understands the science. Trump trusts the experts. Trump cares about other people. But Trump is the guy who looked directly at a solar eclipse, and he's making the equivalent choice here with the masks. Now, I have to tell you, the looking ridiculous thing, this is not a show that focuses on things like the physical appearance of our elected officials, but Trump saying the mask will make me look ridiculous. Trump has been going around with a lunatic looking fake tan for years. He walks around in these oversized suits very often. Even if we grant the concern about looking ridiculous with the mask and how that might affect his supporters or whatever, Trump regularly looks ridiculous. And so that is also sort of a complicated thing to get a sense of. But it's not the most important thing. The most important thing here is the continued management by optics and the really sad reality that when it comes to his followers, he may be right. His followers may see him wearing a mask and actually be turned off by it. And unfortunately, when Trump's followers see him not wearing a mask, it encourages them not to wear one, which leads to viral spread, which leads to cases, which leads to deaths. It's very, very ugly. Management by optics, extraordinarily dangerous. And we're seeing that in action. Look at the case numbers in these states. Look at what's happening in Texas. Look at what's happening in Georgia, Arizona, states that are reopening early. It's not good, and it's getting worse. And now Donald Trump is proactively saying, no, I'm not going to be seen with a mask. That'll be used in ads. This episode is sponsored by Blue Chew. One of the things I make a priority on the show is not to perpetuate stigma for things that don't deserve it. We've talked about mental health. We've talked about many things where we should all just be respectful adults, period, and we would be better off. And Blue Chew can increase performance and give you that extra confidence you may be looking for. BlueChew.com, blue like the color blue, is the first chewable with the same FDA-approved ingredient as in Viagra and Cialis. It can be taken day or night, even on a full stomach, since it's chewable. It works twice as fast as a pill. Whenever the opportunity arises, Blue Chew is prescribed online by licensed doctors. You don't have to go to a doctor's office. You don't have to wait in line at a pharmacy. It ships right to your door in a discreet package. They're made in the USA, and since Blue Chew prepares and ships direct, it's cheaper than a pharmacy. And best of all, no more awkwardness. We've got a special deal for our viewers and listeners. Go to bluechew.com. Get your first shipment free when you use our promo code Pakman. That's Pakman. Pay just $5 shipping. That's BLUE chew.com. Promo code Pakman to try it totally free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice. And we thank them for sponsoring the David Pakman Show.